All right. Yeah. Yes, so Sonia is a personal friend of mine, just a wonderful human being. I love her to bits, and we've known each other for quite a number of years. Sonia lives in Switzerland together with her partner Louise, and she's a past life and regression therapist. And she has recently also specialized in channeling. So this is something we're here for today. Sonia offers one-to-one sessions. She also offers a 12-week course, and you can learn a lot more about Sonia on her website, which we will link at the bottom, soniasarina.com. Yeah, she lives in a beautiful, picturesque village in Switzerland. And you will learn more about her today. And today we have a special, very first special live event with Sonia. And what we've agreed on is that four participants that have linked into the call today get a 15-minute live channeling with Sonia. So we are super excited to dive into it. So I'll hand over to you, Sonia, and you can just pick somebody and then do a little introduction and get started. Thank you so much for being here. We're super excited about this.
Natanya, thank you so much for the introduction. And also, Stephanie, thank you for creating the platform and creating the space and holding the space for me to be able to offer this. I don't want to do a huge talk. I'll just go. Who wants to go first? Who's the brave one? There you go. Darcy. Okay. So Darcy, what we will do is I will maybe quickly explain just a few terms when I'm talking about the higher self, because what I do is I channel the higher self, and I just want to clarify what the higher self is when I talk about it, because there's many definitions around what the higher self is. So for me, when I say higher self, it is the part in you that is you, but it's as if it is. I look at it vertically, okay? So you have you incarnated in this body, we have the divine source, you have soul, and there's something in between that is like plant this incarnation that knows everything about all the past lives, about what is happening right now. And that's what I call the higher self. So it's like it is you, basically, but it is not you incarnated. I hope that makes sense. So that's the main term that I'm using, and that's what I'm connecting to. As a channel, I'm just creating a bridge between that which is up there and who you are today. That's all I'm doing. So it's speaking through me, basically. And if there's any other terms that are coming up or any questions, you can ask me. I will, with your permission, connect with your higher self now. It takes me usually about half a minute to 2 minutes. I'll just be quiet. And when I have the connection, I will start describing what I am receiving. And then when I say we're ready, you can ask your question and we'll see what comes through as an answer. Does that sound good to you, Darcy?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So Darcy, I have a first connection, and I'm just gathering a little bit of information. I am usually I'm receiving images, and I'm also receiving feelings. And then sometimes later in our conversation, I might be receiving phrases or words as well. When I'm describing the images and the feelings, just to clarify as well, this is how my brain translates the frequency that I'm receiving. So if I describe a picture, that doesn't mean that's how your higher self looks like. That's just how I'm receiving it. And that gives me an information that I can then translate to you. All right?
Okay.
So the first thing I am getting, and also this is very typical because I'm incarnated in a human body. When I'm speaking to a woman, the higher self often shows itself close to a female human body so that I know what I'm connecting with. So in your case, I am getting an image of a smaller woman, very, very smiley. So there's a huge smile on her face. She's smaller, and I'm getting a feeling of she's quite delicate, quite a softer kind of energy, and extremely joyful. And what I got at the very beginning as well, and that's why I had a smile on my face, I sensed animals around her. So we'll speak about this later, if you have a connection to nature or animals, or if it's something else I need to understand. But I was sensing animals, like pets, smaller animals, and my translation at the moment is a very sensitive connection to nature, very close to that delicate, beautiful, like childlike feeling of nature. That's what I was getting from your higher self. So first, before you ask your questions, so far, does this resonate at all with your personality, with how you see yourself?
A little bit, it does, yeah, for sure, especially this time of year.
Okay,
Yeah.
very, very good. All right, just give me a second so I can connect with her a little more. Yeah, I think we can ask the question. Just one more thing that came through was that, again, the energy I'm getting is you at your, what I would call your highest potential, or at your source, at your essence. She showed me as if she was playing with something. So I'm getting a playful energy. And she's a little distracted, like she's not there. Some higher selves are like, oh, please ask the question. She wants to show me things, but still, I'll let you ask your question now.
Okay, so when you say ask a question, I'm a little confused. I've never done anything like this before.
Oh, okay. Yes, so
I'm sorry.
I should have clarified that at the beginning. So basically, you can ask a question, anything that you would like clarification or anything that you would like to know at this moment from your higher self. If you don't have a question, I'll just continue to see what she's showing.
I feel like I'm in limbo with some things, and I'm wondering, everything I seem to do, how come I'm not moving forward any longer? I feel as though I'm kind of waiting for something, and I don't understand how I'm going to make that happen at this point.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So as you're asking this question again, the first thing that your high self shows me is she's not interested in what you were talking about. She showed me two different pictures. She showed me that which she keeps showing me since the beginning, and we're going to go a little deeper into that because I think she wants to point to something that seems to be important. And she showed me, when you were talking about that, the limbo, the project, the whatever you want to go to, on her back, which tells me that at this point there's something that's not quite connected with where you want to go and what she would like to show us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to tell you the images I'm getting, and you tell me if any of that makes sense. But first, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Me trying to understand what's coming through. Did you, at some stage in your life, did you feel like maybe you abandoned something that was created a lot of joy for you, that you really liked doing, something that you felt you had to leave behind? Or it could also be an interpretation of you stopped being playful or creative. Was there a point in your life when you decided, I cannot be like this anymore, or I cannot do this anymore? I need to do something different. Does that resonate?
It does resonate. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, then you don't need to tell us all the details about that. Just connect with that time in your life, what was happening. Your high self is looking up at me for the first time, which for me is confirmation that we're at the right point. So she's been pointing to me to that, whatever. Okay, let me ask her what she wants to show me. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely a message of reawakening that which you have left behind at that point. Again, I'm getting a playful energy. There's something about you really enjoying being creative in a way. You're creating something, you're playful. There's an energy of not much pressure, and especially not much head or logic in there. It's like a child that is playing, but you're not a child at this stage, you're an adult.
That makes sense to me.
That makes sense to you. Okay. So let me ask her how you can go forward with where you're at right now and where you want to go. And you said you're a bit in a limbo, right?
Yeah.
I'm not asking more detailed questions, which I would if we were in a one-on-one, because I'm aware that this is life and I don't want it to become too personal for you.
And I just forgot that was right. We're live. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to kind of look at the structure. But if we were just the two of us, of course, we would go much deeper into what exactly it is you want to do, etc., etc. But for this, we don't need to do that. So let me I'm just going to ask her to connect with the two things. Okay, as she's looking, so again, I'm getting visuals. As she's looking into the direction of what you were describing, where you're at and where you would like to move forward, I get a worried. She looks worried. She looks worried. Now she's showing me you. I'm getting pressure. Again, I'm getting a pressure. And this worried feeling of is like, almost like a question. No, it's not even a question. It is as if you're split in two. A part of you knows that you want to do that or you want to go there with your head, but I'm getting not so much with your heart. Yeah, so far it resonates, Darcy?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How are we with time, Natanya?
I will ring a bell at past. You still have 8 minutes with Darcy.
Thank you. Okay. So Darcy, I asked you, Haisaf, what it is that can be helpful for you right now, a bit more practical, okay? She's showing me you turning around. So she's telling me for you to where you are right now. I'm guessing you are already at a stage where you like stopped. Like I feel you quite still. So like in a moment of contemplation, of actually thinking and considering different options. So I don't have the feeling I need to tell you to stop. I have a feeling you have already stopped. But she's now asking you to turn around. Turn around meaning look in the past, reconnect with that which creates joy for you and awakens. Now she's showing me your brain. She's showing me your mind. Like there is a youthful, a childlike energy that is still awake in you, but that you haven't engaged with. And she's like, to look at that, to remember that, and to reawaken that feeling first. It's like, just turn around, look at that, acknowledge that this is who you've been, and this is still who you are deep inside. I'm getting an emotion you have to go to work through when you do that. That just came immediately right. Not going to be easy for you. I'm sensing you've probably been functioning in a way that is more, maybe more logical or more, I'm getting a lot of duties. like you've been following a dutiful path, and you did that out of free will, and you thought that was right. That's, you know, the best for you. That's what you have to do. That's what I'm getting. Does it still resonate, Darcy? I've been talking.
Yeah, the dutiful makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Okay. So it's like the moment you're gonna accept that you don't need to abandon that part of you for now. Just turn around and reconnect with the playful essence. It will create an emotion will come up. Okay. You can look into this. I would just, it's not a warning. It's just like, just be aware of it. When emotions come up, when you do that, that's okay. Look at them, allow them to come up, and then work with them in whatever way is best for you. And then once you've integrated that, the meaning I'm still seeing you standing there, still in the middle. You still have your project or your idea or your path forward with the, I would say, more strategical, more dutiful Darcy, and connect with the more playful Darcy. Work through the emotions that come up when you do that, because you're going to become more whole. And from there, you're going to be able to take a more holistic decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Would you like clarification on any of these parts that I was talking about? Would you like to share something?
The dutiful, as far as that could mean so many things, but I think I'm getting where this comes from and where it goes to. I think I'm understanding that. And I think I'd like to get a little further into it. So I'll be in touch. I think we may be out of time. I'm not sure, but yeah, that definitely has resonated with me.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. Just a few things. There is more people that are involved with that area of your life. I'm getting, might be a husband or a man, or I'm just getting a male figure. Kind of family feeling to it. Could also be a cousin and uncle. I didn't go into it deep, but there is more people involved in that. So when we go into that area, we're going to have to look at the relationships with these people as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'll just ask you herself if there's maybe one last thing she would like to point out. She's, again, a huge smile, much brighter than at the beginning. She's showing herself hurt. And she's just pointing out that.
Did you say hurt?
Hurt, like
hurt.
It hurt, like pierce.
Okay, yeah.
And she shows me, again, this is a bit cliche, but she shows me a lot of light, as in to encourage you. When you are going to look in the past, this is not about bringing up past emotions or traumas. This is really about reconnecting with a resource, with an essence of you that will bring you a lot of joy, and there is a lot of light in there. So even if your head might think this is going to be difficult, or oh my God, how am I going to do this? And even if the emotions that come up are going to be like, oh my God, how am I going to deal with these emotions? She's like, there is a lot of light there, and that's bigger than anything else. So it's not about looking in the past to resolve a trauma. It's about looking in the past to reconnect with something that you are deep inside and that you need to use now to move forward.
For sure. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Darcy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bring myself back for a second. Okay.
Wonderful. That was exactly 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Right on the mark.
Yeah, right on the mark. Thank you, Sonia.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Darcy.
Thank you.
Darcy, thank you so much. You're welcome to stay and listen to the others as well, of course.
Okay.
Who would like to go next? Carolyn, would you like to unmute yourself? I do need to hear your voice to connect with you.
Hello.
Hi. Carolyn, how do you pronounce your name?
Carolyn.
Carolyn, okay. And you're based in the States as well?
No, I'm in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Welsh by origin.
Okay. Wonderful. Good. So I have your permission to connect with your higher self?
You do.
Okay, wonderful. And again, it will take a little moment, and I'll let you know.
Again, I'll just ring a bell after 15 minutes so you don't have to worry too much.
Yeah, maybe just a couple of minutes before so I can finish up.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that.
Okay. So Caroline, I'm getting the first connection, and it's always so interesting for me because it's so different to what I was getting from Darcy. Your higher self is coming in with she's showing herself bigger than you are, with much more intensity. So there is more of a feeling of urgency that I'm getting, a feeling of absolutely wanting to accomplish a mission. And immediately I'm also sensing a lot of wisdom from, I'm just going to put it in there again, that's my translation. I'm thinking past lives. I'm getting like ancestors, like ancestral wisdom, not necessarily from your family line, but carrying a lot of the knowledge of the earth. And she is ready to she's coming in like this from up, and she's like, I'm here, what do you want to know? Kind of.
Okay. It's difficult with this being live to be completely candid, but I think one question I apologize. There is a lot going on in my mind at the minute with this. But one question, I guess, the simple question is, am I on the right path?
Yes. She's just, your higher self is so intense. Like she is not smiling. She's not playing around. She just goes like, yes.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me.
That doesn't surprise you.
No.
Tell me a little more about that. How is your connection to your higher self?
I think it's an interesting and yeah, it's really bizarre that I find myself here this evening, as a result of Nathania inviting me. But I think probably I've been on a journey trying to connect with this part of myself for a long time, and not trusting it and the instincts that I have. And if I was to describe myself in this way, I would say I'm kind of like an energy worker. So I pick up frequencies, but I never trust it because I also have a background in science and psychology, and so it's like it isn't real. But what I'm coming to realize as I get older is that it is real, and I can rely upon it. And so it's that little bit of me that still not doubts. I don't think I doubt it anymore, but I just almost forget it's there. Does any of that make sense?
Yes. your higher self is very, in the way she's right now with me, she's very rigid, as in she is very stable. She hasn't moved. She hasn't shown me anything. She hasn't moved. So yes, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Again, I'm getting you have this ancestral wisdom, which is deep intuition, this knowledge of the earth, like everything you've gathered throughout. Again, I'm thinking lifetimes, and you have who you are today. You know, like you say, you've probably more scientific. You have a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, not just wisdom, but knowledge as well. So she's very much like full. Like there's a lot there. That's like, I am ready. You know, it's like, what do you want? Where should we go? How can we use this? Let me see if I can get her to talk with me a little bit more and see how we can maybe support you in this trusting you. Okay, now she just says the mission. Okay. Now, okay, she's talking to me in words, not in images. She says, tell her, tell her that I want her to accomplish her mission now. Like her is you are her, but because she's speaking through me, to accomplish your mission. What do you say to that, Caroline?
I guess my question is, and I suppose it comes from the question I asked, which is, am I on the right path? And I guess, my question would be, what is my mission? How do any of us ever know that we're on the right path and that our mission, I kind of know what I feel. And there we go. There's that gap in trusting what I feel is right. Does that make sense?
Yeah. There's a couple of questions in there. Let's go one after the other. Let's ask her first. How can you surely know? Oh God, she's so not having it. I wanted to ask her how can you surely know that you're on your path? And she's like, she knows. It's like, why are you even asking this question? So okay. Yeah, but asking it because there's this gap in trust. She's very, very stern. She's like, you know. Okay. Caroline, do you know, part of you knows that you know?
I think I do know. Yes, I do. I think what happens with me is I'm really good at, what can I say, looking after other people. I'm not so good when it comes to myself and trusting myself. And I think that's part of the issue here with connecting with this part of me that I acknowledge now exists. And this is a fantastic opportunity for me, so thank you so much for this.
Yes. So yeah, really connect, really trust. This is me, Sonia, speaking. Really trust that part in you that knows you are on the right path, and the other part in you that is asking the questions and that is more worried. That's the more human incarnated self. Work with that. So that is also you, but don't let go of the trust that you're on the right path.
Okay.
If I can tap into the mission a little more, because she is very, very proud that this is your focus, is this mission. She's pointing to mind first. She's pointing to your womb. Okay, now she's giving me a mix of images and feelings. Okay, I'm just going to translate the little bits that I'm getting at. I won't be able to give you like a perfect quote for this is your mission in your lifetime. Of course, you have to translate that for yourself. Just giving you the bits and pieces I'm receiving. First of all, I'm receiving it's connected with other people. So there is lots of people around you. I'm sensing that they are either younger than you or they are learning from you. So they could be old, same age or older, but not in whatever they want you to teach them. They have not reached that same level of wisdom and knowledge. So yeah, because I'm seeing younger people. So this could be, again, age or knowledge and wisdom. a lot of them. And you are to go in a relationship with them. That doesn't mean intimate, it's not like family, but it's like it's something about you personally connecting with people. You, as in who you are. A bit like now yeah, she's confirming that I'm on the right path in translating this. She's like a bit like someone who's a kindergarten teacher, who has like a connection to each of the children, but she's not the mother. The teacher is not the mother, so she's not responsible for them, for their whole life and their whole education. She is just responsible for when they are with her, and as if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, that makes sense to you. Okay. Now let me see what else I'm getting. The mind. Has the mind got to do with the mission, or is it blockage? Blockage. Okay. Do you know, in a way, I'm sensing that the mind it has a very similar frequency to your essence, to your higher self, because she's showing me your mind in the same colors, in the same intensity. So what is it? Okay, now she says just too much focus. Too much focus on the mind. And that's where the worry is coming. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I mean, from everything what you said as well. Does it make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Yeah, very much.
Oh, and now she shows me the womb again. Do you remember at the very beginning I said she's showing me the womb? Your womb?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shows me the womb again. So the womb is okay, so we have the mind, the blockage, and the womb is how you resolve that by yourself. Connecting with your womb in whatever way you want to do that. Energetically. I'm getting a lot of light. Again, we're always on the right path. So when she's showing me a lot of light. And a softer energy. A lot of things. Okay, she's showing me now there's a lot of stuff coming all at the same time. So when you connect with your womb, you're connecting with a certain frequency that is lighter, softer, more connected with your body, more connected with the cycle of life, like again, your past lives, your current life, your family, the earth, this whole cycle. I said ancestral wisdom at the beginning, in this light way that I think that's exactly where you can feel it, like reconnecting. Okay, reconnected to the cycle of life and death. In a light way, in a complete surrendering, accepting, understanding way. That is what we're here for. And then she's showing me children again and people. Yeah. So connect with the womb, and through that you're going to be able to connect with your mission as well. Does this make sense to you? I don't care.
Yes, it does. All of this. Yes. Thank you.
Would you like clarification on anything, or would you?
No, I'm kind of blown away at the minute, so I don't think I have a question as such. If there's anything else that she wants to share, then that's fine, Sonia.
Okay, let me just see. Well, first of all, she has a smile on her face for the first time, so thank you for that. She's saying to me, I have to be a little stern with her sometimes to get through.
Makes perfect sense.
Showing herself in the more, like you are laughing now, I'm getting that same frequency. She's showing herself in a more lighter, in a more laughing way, as if she wanted to be so stern to make sure like this message is coming through clearly and without any going left or right.
100%. It's come through loud and clear, and I have goose pimples to prove it. So, yeah.
Okay, I'll let you go. Thank you for your communication.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you so much, both of you. I have goosebumps as well. That was very, very touching. Thank you, Sonia. Just for everybody to know, if you need to jump off the call, we will definitely go over time a little bit because we started later than scheduled. So feel free. And for those who want to stay, we have, welcome Diana. We have 2 more readings. And I think, judging from your video, Charoa, you're next. Sonia, did you hear the bell? You didn't hear the bell. Okay. Tell me if you can hear it now.
No. Maybe, Natani, you can just tell me we're at 12 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the background is being blocked off. So
Yes, that's true. That's what it is, the background. Okay. So should I tell you at 12 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I'll do that.
Okay. We have Charoa. Speak to me a little bit. Just say that again. What's your name?
Charoa. I'm from
Charoa.
Canada.
Oh, you're from Canada, and you have a really interesting background there.
Oh, that's my art.
Oh, wow. Okay, now you're already much. You're an artist.
It's okay.
Wonderful. So, Charoa, have you permission to connect with your higher self?
Of course.
Okay. It might be that I'm going to take a little longer now because we already had 2, so I can feel I need a bit more time to just rebalance myself. So just don't worry if it takes 1 to 2 minutes until I'm connected, okay? Okay. So, Charoa, the first thing is your higher self was like right here. She wanted to come right through my body. She wanted to come like, I also do channeling where I'm an out of body channel, but not today, obviously. I need to speak. So she was like ready to come right in. I was like, okay, hang on, just stay there. So she came really, really close, very friendly. I had like just a short, I just asked her, to tell me a little bit about who she is and what she's doing here. Again, her energy is more similar to what I had with Darcy. I'm getting a very light energy, very smiley energy, very younger energy, playful. This is not at all judgmental. I'm getting that she hasn't been here many times. So this could be that you've been in other places. I don't know what your beliefs are regarding reincarnation. Just from my perspective, we had past lives and they could have been on Earth or they were in other places. And for her, what I'm getting is that this is a playground for her. She's quite new to this place. That's what I'm getting. That's also what she said. And she is enjoying it. And then I already asked her if, where this conversation was going to go. And she was like, she will tell you. So meaning we are ready for your question.
So I have a lot of projects on my plate. And I think if I had a question, would be to get a sense about which one is going to be leading me to sort of greater success and most fulfilling.
And what was the second part?
Most fulfilling.
Most fulfilling. Mhm. Well, at the moment, she's just agreeing. She says yes, yes, yes. She has a lot of projects. Which one does she want me to focus on? So kind of just describe it a little bit, or you can just name them and just put like an intensity in it when you talk about them, and then she knows which project you want to know clarification on. How this usually works is like the higher self doesn't look at all your projects and go, this is the one where you have success. She looks at the project and she'll tell me, this is how you feel about it, and this is the energy of it. And then, it kind of goes like that.
Not sure how quite. So as you know, I'm an artist, so there's a lot of different paths that I'm trying out some new styles and techniques. But I'm working with Audacity, and I'm going to give away some stuff, but I'm working on a show to try and help others through art. And then there's some other more subtle things in the background that I've already kind of set them aside a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just focus on these two, I guess.
Okay, one was working on a show.
Mm-hmm.
That one has a lot of energy. And what was the other one?
The other is really more a focus on pure art and incorporating some new techniques.
Okay, now it's very clear. But thank you for that. Okay, so they're on two different levels, and they're both meaningful to you. So my first interpretation of what I'm getting, what your higher self is showing, is that I wouldn't abandon either of them. Both are important. One of them, she shows me a little more in the background, a little more in your personal space, which is the art one. And the other one, she shows me a little more to the front and in a more, I'm getting a more corporate energy, but we're going to go into this just to get some more understanding. Okay, I'm going to look at the art one first. The art one is okay, there's two things. One of them, she shows me you like, again, this is me getting images so I can understand what the energy is. That doesn't mean that's what you're doing. She shows me you, again, on a big canvas with like a pencil so big, I don't think pencils like that even exist, going like this, okay? Drawing, doing stuff, like really big. And I'm getting that, first of all, that this is very healing for you. So on a personal level, the art is not, again, it's a creativity and this joyful playfulness, similar to Darcy, that you really need, and that's nurturing you and that's keeping you alive, but it's also very healing for you. You're able to deal better with like everyday life and with emotions and with just being a human and being on earth when you do art. It's like art is like your oxygen. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's...
I know Nathania and Stephanie are also going, uh-huh.
So that's the importance of that project. So do not abandon that project, because that's important for your identity, basically. All right. And the second one, no, she's not finished. Okay. There's more about that first one. Okay, but I don't think this is the place to go deeper into that. She showed me down a bit the path of healing, which I think seems very, very important to you. And again, maybe we're not going to go down there because it will get too personal. But she's starting to show me other people. I'm getting family relationships that need healing, that you need to look at. Does that resonate? Should we leave it with that?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, we'll just leave it. I'll just tell her that the message got through, but we're going to look at the other one. Okay, she's shifting. Interesting. Okay, so the other one I'm getting again, I would say more corporate energy because it's more static. It's less about, it's not about healing. It's more about how you're presenting yourself to the world. She says it is healing because it is also important for you to take your stand and to show up as who you are, but in a very in a way where you have very good boundaries. Like you're not coming with your vulnerable, open emotions, and that you can completely be vulnerable and open when you do your art at home. But in this other project, it's as if you are able to have your boundaries where you are who you are. You can, it's like she's like, it's important to show up who you are and to be self-confident and yeah, like standing on both your feet again, like as if you were presenting in front of a corporate world where people are all in their suits and you're not like that, but you still respect it like that. She's like, that's definitely something that is healing for you when you do that. It's like awakening a power. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, when we get towards the end, I want to give you some information to help you understand where all of this fits.
Okay. Would it make sense that I give it now so we can go deeper? Or
Oh, I can, absolutely. So
okay.
it's for affirmation for you. I think I have a pretty good connection actually with my higher self, and I actually was sending her to hug you. That's why she was so in your face. So my question to you, my entire journey with my show started with me going through art as a healing process. And so part 2 that I was asking about is I'm actually now taking what I went through and bringing it to the world.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, now we can go deeper. That was perfect. Thank you. Okay. See, this is why it's so important that this is a conversation and I'm not doing that at home, just having your name, because
yeah,
now we can go deeper. Okay. And now it also makes sense why she was showing me that, you with really clear boundaries, right? Okay. Well, for me, I think I already said everything. You just confirmed it. Would you like clarification? What's your open question now for that?
I think my concern is I'm taking it's personal, right? I'm taking me and I'm bringing it out to the world. Is I guess there's the self-doubts about how is that going to be received? Is that going to be a success? Are people going to be receptive?
Okay, that's the clear boundaries. Okay. Okay, now Sonia has a lot of ideas, but I'm not going to be there. Let me ask her. Okay, first of all, she says it will be received, yes. I'm asking her if there's anything you need to particularly put your focus on when you do this. Breathe. Now she's being very practical. She said, breathe. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm getting a fuller picture. I'm going to try translate it as good as I can. When you do this step, and there might be several times you're doing this step where you're taking something that is being very healing for you and very personal. And again, I'm seeing it in 2 different rooms. You're taking it from your personal space, you're transporting it to this corporate space, to this open space, to the public. When you do that, be very aware that you are entering a different room where everybody can see you. Before you were in your own room and you were completely protected and you could be as vulnerable, as emotional as you wanted to be. Now you're walking into a glass room. So just be aware of that. And with that awareness, really feel your body, feel your grounding, and feel your boundaries, as in an energetic protection around you, where what you want to bring, you're bringing to the world. You're not allowing the world to come into you and like trigger you or attach to you at all. You are sharing to the world. You don't need the world to like trigger you to do more healing. The healing you do on your own. You're totally fine. You don't need others for that. And your family, she says, yes, we got that already.
We're on 13 minutes.
Thank you, Natania. And she says, and breathe. It's like this very conscious, when you do this, when you have these moments, when you bring your art to the world, be very, very conscious about your energy, your emotions, your boundaries, and breathe. I know it sounds stupid, but
It doesn't. Let me tell you something, because I'm going to give you some affirmation again. Literally, the minute before I came in to do this. I went up an art piece, which is about breathing. It's breathing and meditation through art.
But not just throughout, also do it.
Yeah. Well, I was breathing with it because I had to match the rhythm of my art piece to actual relaxing breathing technique. So yeah, I was literally that.
Wonderful. So I'm guessing this is just a big confirmation for you.
Yeah.
You're on the right path, okay? And do as you already do, basically.
Thank you.
Now, let me just see if she has one thing to share. She's dancing around, and she's saying there is a certain seriousness to your work, which is fine. You know, this like you're serious about it. This is important. This is important for you, and this is important for the people you're sharing with. But she's like, don't forget, this is all just a game. As in, we're just playing around on this planet. We're just having fun. So she just wanted to bring in a little bit of the lightness as well. Just remember it. That was her last like little dance. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. So beautiful. Do you need a minute, Sonia?
Yes, I'm just going to go to the toilet quickly.
Absolutely. Take your time.
Back up in a second.
Is it Jana or Jana?
Jana.
Jana. Okay.
As
Okay, beautiful.
My whole life I've said it's like Jana banana.
Okay. I like the way it's spelled with 2 N.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been my name.
Love it.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. I'm excited and nervous, you know.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, it's very special.
Yeah, just found Sonia not even 2 or so weeks ago.
Okay. Okay.
You know, we were joking because it's like, you know, sometimes you just love the algorithms. They're so on, you know. Bring it on.
Did you see the ad or did you just bump into our socials?
Yeah, just an Instagram something.
Okay, fabulous.
It then went to the website and you know, watched her video and just felt aligned.
I love that. So good that you're here. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely.
I might cry, but okay.
I've been crying. You're not the only one. All right, enjoy.
Okay, Jana. Hi.
Hi.
Oh. You're ready to have your permission to connect with your higher self.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Okay, Jenna. Your higher self shows herself in a female form like the others, a little elongated, so a little longer than you are, almost like I want to say angel-like figure, but angel has so many weird definitions to it. Hesitant to use that word, but she has this extremely soft energy, very delicate, not in a negative way, but very respectful of others. Like she's not lasting in, she's not intense, she's just there, like angel-like. Sorry, I'm not getting a better word for it at the moment. Do I remember, did you tell me you have a child?
Yes.
Yes, she showed me that immediately. I wasn't sure if I was getting that right. And I don't want to say to anybody you have a child, maybe a waiting one when they don't. That's like, no. But I remembered, I think you told me you had a child. Yeah, so she was showing me the child there as well. Beautiful connection. She's ready for your question.
There's a lot happening right now. I feel like I'm going through like a rebirth of some sorts, and with all of these changes, one moment I feel very aligned and excited for what's coming, and then the next I might feel terrified and nervous because I feel so much is changing. And so I guess I really want to know what I need to know to most enjoy and trust this process of change, because I do feel so fearful, vulnerable, and open for this change. I just, I want to feel safe. How best can I feel safe while these changes are happening? And just anything that I need to hear, that I feel so clear, but I know that there's some things that I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to ask you a question to get clarification of what she's showing me. At the moment, are you doing a lot of different things?
I'm sorry, what was the first part of that?
At this moment in your life, does it feel like you are doing a lot of different things, like taking care of chores, taking care of this, doing that? Are you a little bit dispersed?
Yes, but I've also come out of a time where I didn't have much energy to do things. So now I have a lot of energy.
Okay. Because the image was showing me two images. She was showing me first that so the image I was getting, and then my translation was you are in a room with a lot of things that you need to take care of, and you're trying to do it all at the same time. Like vacuum cleaning and cooking and doing this and doing that, and it was a bit like as if you were not getting, you want to do it all, you're not getting enough air, and it's creating a little bit of chaos, and you're emotional about it, like you can feel that you're in that state, and you can feel that it's not okay, like you're feeling. Again, I don't need to go into the emotion too much, but yeah, that's like the first thing that she showed me. And at the same time, she showed me the remedy, so to speak, because you were asking how to be more clear, right? How to be less fearful of that change that's coming. That was your question, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. She showed me is it a daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your daughter. She showed me you taking care of your daughter, and it's as if when you are with your daughter, the rest of the world is a bit leaving. It's like all these, the things that were a bit dispersed and that you're worried about and that you're not sure what to do at what time, as if you're coming to stillness and you're more aligned with that energy that your higher self is at the beginning, which is this like softer, a nurturing energy, a very calm and sensitive place that's within you. For clarification, do you have that feeling when you connect with your daughter on your own, where you come to more peace and more calmness?
Yes, very much. It's very clear to me that, you know, we chose each other, and their happiness is a priority of mine, because I sense one of my main purposes of being here is to, you know, help Genevieve become who they need to be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't want to speak too much because I want to stay in this space, but
You don't have to. It's just a confirmation that when you connect with your daughter in these moments, it's as if your energy completely realigns with your essence and with who you are. So that's like a remedy for moments when you feel vulnerable or unclear, or, you know, just not as connected as you would like to. It's just like, let it all go. Take care of your daughter. Be the mother that you are, and in that moment you realign your energy. It sounds so simple, but it's really beautiful actually to see it, because I'm seeing it, what happens. Do you have a further question, or should I just ask your higher self to guide us what else we need to know?
I do trust my higher self. I have to while I'm here. So I guess a question that arises that I am absolutely needing more clarification is about my relationship with Genevieve's dad, because
And you want this to be, you sure you want this to be live?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just making sure we don't forget we're live. Okay, so please tell me again. Yeah.
Please tell you what.
Just ask you a question. It's clarification about the relationship with her dad.
Yes, in relation to, like, when you say that, you know, I know that when I connect with my daughter, how powerful that is. There's it's sometimes hard because of the relationship, you know, with our family, or I don't know. I'm just things are changing, and I don't know what that looks like.
Well, that what I was describing before, that connection with her, that is just you and her. I don't know if that answers part of your question. It's like when you are alone with her, you are fully reconnecting with your essence. So you would like me to just bring in her dad into the field and see what we get there?
Yeah, if that what needs to be, yeah.
Okay. I don't want to go into what I'm sensing from him because he's not here. So I don't want to talk about him. So I just, whatever I was sensing, I turned it around to what it means for you.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that I was getting was for you to acknowledge that he's here, that he's there. And the second thing that seemed important was your higher self showed me when you connect with your daughter and you are connected with that essence, with that beautiful, beautiful energy of yours, to invite him in. It's like there has to be an active invitation, if you want that from your side, to invite him to come join you in that frequency, in that energy, in that space with her. Does that make any sense to you?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay. Very good. Would you like to know more about this, or do you have a question?
No, you can speak more to that. Whatever whatever needs to come through. I'm trusting that I'm here for that right now.
She is showing me your, I want to say your partner, but I'm just sticking to your daughter's dad in a different energy than you are, which again is no judgment. Sometimes different energies attract each other. Sometimes that creates difficulties or challenges in a good or in a bad way that we choose ourselves. I think that's important to share, that you're aware of that. I think you already are aware of that. So it might just be a confirmation. And you choosing to have that in your life, a different energy, because her and you are in a very similar frequency, okay? It's as if you're like the same. Yeah, I'm getting this acknowledging that there is people, in this case her dad, that are in a different energy, in a different mission, in a different purpose than you are. Acknowledging that, and also that it is not always easy, not just for her dad, but I'm guessing for people in general, to connect with you, with your energy, with your essence. When you are truly yourself, it's something very special. It's I don't think that we come across such an energy very often, and it feels, again, it feels holy, and that's scary. It feels very clear and very soft, and that's very scary for people. And for you to acknowledge that that might be the reactions you are getting from people that are close to you or people that are not so close to you, and just acknowledge them, that they're different, stay who you are, and invite them in. Again, I'm getting this, the ones you want to have close to you, actively invite those people into your field.
We're on 13 minutes.
Thank you, Natalia. Jana, does this resonate with you?
Yeah, there's a lot here. I've in that relationship, the softness that you speak of, that is my higher self. Like, I definitely resonate with that, but I have had to, fight more than I find comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
And there's a purpose behind it, though. There's a passion behind what I'm fighting for. It's tiresome to do that. So I guess I'd like a little more, like, what can I do to open up and let him in a way that doesn't feel threatening? I'm not in physical danger anymore, or anything. It's just complicated.
Yeah, there is a lot there. I think we'd have to go into this personally, just you and me, because there is definitely you who you are when you fully connect with yourself. Again, these are the moments when you connect with your daughter, just you can tap into that energy. But then most of the time you are in your incarnated, beautiful, messy human you, who we all are, right? And it's not connected as deeply with your essence, and that's okay. We all are like that. And that's where you're speaking from right now. So that's what we'd have to focus on. We have to look on, okay, how can we align these two more, and what needs to happen on the more incarnated, more 3D personality, what needs to be aligned and balanced there. because there is a different relationship here where I'm seeing the 3D and the here where you are with your daughter and fully aligned. It's completely different. And he can't get to you here, but he can here. And there's lots of emotions there. So we'll have to look at that personally, because this will get too deep, and also we're at the end of
Yes.
time.
I know. Time is an issue.
Just take a deep breath. Connect with that essence, that higher self of you, that softness. Now you're in safe space. Take a deep breath. Just feel it within you. Expand it. You can say thank you to your higher self and to the connection that you have to your daughter. Just know you're on the right path and it's all fine.
Good, I'm on the right path.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Thank you to your higher self, and I'm going to bring myself back. Okay, wow. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your trust and for your openness. It was really, really very, very touching to listen to all four of you. And somebody else popped in a little later. Diana, welcome, and thank you for being here as well. In the chat, we have a link to the Audacity newsletter if you want to stay updated for any upcoming events. Feel free to register there. There's also a link in the chat to today's live, so you will find that on our socials as well as Sonia's socials. The recording, in case you want to re-listen to something or download the transcript or something. And we have one more session like the one today with Sonia next week, Tuesday, same time. Just take note that if we are, yes.
Time, as we're changing time, the States doesn't. It's going to be,
Thank you.
yeah,
Perfect.
it's going to be a different time. They
You're
don't,
right. Yeah,
we
you're
have
right.
changed
There's a
time.
few weeks. Yeah, there's a few weeks where you don't change it. Yeah, you're right. So for us, it's the same time. Yeah. Yeah, for us,
it's going to be the same time, but for the States, it's 1 hour earlier or later. I don't know yet.
yes, absolutely. I think it's earlier. That's a good point. Okay. All right, perfect. And yeah, just take note that today we started off with 4 participants, so everybody got a reading. In case there's more than 4 people, then we sort of do a lucky draw, pick 4 people. So it's 15 minutes per person allocated. We can't go beyond an hour, and 15 minutes seems really like a good time allocation to be able to dive into some questions and really get some connection. So a huge thank you from Stephanie and me. Sonia, thank you so much for giving this a go. This is so awesome. Really, really awesome, and just appreciate you so much and your wisdom. And it was very, very touching. Absolutely beautiful. And thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
A really good day, evening,
Thank
and see you again.
Bye.
Bye.
You all.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us at Audacity for Conversations with Your Higher Self with Sonia Sarina. Sonia is a spirit channeler. Natanya will be introducing her a little more thoroughly. But before we get to that, I wanted to introduce all of our viewers to Audacity. So what we are is a creative incubator of sorts and media company where we help advance projects created by women to get them out in front of a broader audience and, help them bring their knowledge and expertise out into the world. So if any of you are curious or want to learn more, we're going to have a QR code available you can scan to get on our wait list, etc. And other than that, I'm going to leave it to Natanya to welcome all of you and welcome our guest of honor here, Sonia Sarina.
Yay, yes. All right, welcome everybody. Sonia is a really good friend of mine. We just spent a beautiful weekend together. That was amazing. Beautiful soul, very connected, and just on a beautiful path. I'm just in awe, and there's so much I can learn from you, Sonia. So really just honored to have you in my life. She lives together with her partner and their cat in a beautiful little village in the mountains of Switzerland. So Sonia is a past life and regression therapist. She's also a council member of the Spiritual Regression Association and a recognized Past Life Regression Academy supervisor. She has a certification in hypnotherapy and is also an advanced energy release practitioner. So she really has lots and lots of years of experience in this field. And today she will guide you in connecting to your inner wisdom and unlock your potential. And she'll do that through a guided conversation with your higher self. So to really get the most out of your 15 minutes with Sonia, have a question ready that you want to go into your 15-minute channeling session. So this question can be anything. It can be broad, it can be detailed. Maybe you're currently facing a challenge that you want some more clarification on. Maybe there's some reassurance or confirmation you're looking for. And maybe you just need some advice on a decision that's maybe upcoming. So it can really be anything. Check in with yourself and see what would benefit you the most. So this whole session is 1 hour, and depending on the number of people we have in the space, Sonia will pick up to 4 participants, and each of you gets 15 minutes with her. So that's sort of how it's structured. At the moment, we are 5 people. 4 of you are here for the first time and haven't received a reading, so it's a perfect number. And if we have more people joining, not everybody will receive a reading, but 4 people definitely will. And you are free to keep your camera on or switch it off, whatever you're comfortable with. And I think with that, I'm going to hand over to you, Sonia. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Hi, Anne-Marie.
Natania, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, Stephanie, as well. I'm just so honored to be in this space, and for you guys, Stephanie and Natania, with Audacity to create a space, to hold a space, to give me the opportunity to share this service for free with a few people. Thank you, everybody who's joined. I know it takes a little bit of courage, and you might be excited. I'll just explain a little bit how it works, or how I work. I will, in a moment when we start connecting, I will connect myself, and I go into what I call a light trance, and I connect with your higher self. I work like a bridge. So a channel basically means I'm a bridge. So I'm receiving information from your higher self. I'm receiving it as images, feelings, or sometimes words and phrases. And it's not always the easiest for me to translate it immediately what it means. And that's why it's so beautiful to have you here and to have a conversation with you, so I can explain it, what's coming through, and then you can kind of translate it in your own words and tell me if it resonates or not. Because, you know, it's like with a foreign language, you know, sometimes I get a clear image, but I'm not quite sure what the image means, just to clarify that. So with that, I will get started. So just maybe if Caris Williams, if you can just for a split second turn on your camera so we also know you're human and you're here. If you want the reading, can you hear me?
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you so
There
much.
we go. Thank you so much. And that's it. We don't need you. You can all turn off your cameras if you want, but maybe keep it on for the second. Just with a show of hands, show me who would like to have the first reading. There we go. That was very quick. We're going to start with Anne-Marie. So Anne-Marie, if you could, for me to be able to connect with you, if you could just tell me in 2-3 words, I need to hear your voice a little bit. Just tell me your name, maybe where you're based, and that's okay.
My name is Anne-Marie Alanis, and I'm based in Chicago.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. And would you like me to call you Anne-Marie, or is that's your full name, is it?
Anne-Marie is good.
Anne-Marie, wonderful. So Anne-Marie, do I have your conscious permission to connect with your higher self?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so just give me 30 seconds to a minute. Sometimes it takes 2 minutes. I'll connect, and when I have the first connection, I will start to describe what's coming through, okay? So Anne-Marie, I have a first connection with your higher self. The image that I will describe to you doesn't mean that is how your higher self looks. It's the translation of my brain, my human self, how I receive the frequency, the energy of your higher self. So I see images, but that doesn't mean your higher self looks like that in another space. It's a frequency, and I'm just translating the frequency. So as you are in a female body in this lifetime, for my brain to understand I'm connecting with the right person, I'm getting a female higher self. So she shows herself quite similar to a human body. She was a little shy at the beginning, then kind of came quite willingly closer with, again, this is a higher self that comes with a big smile, but a little shy. So she's not someone that's like pushing or very dominant. It's a little, yeah, just a little shy. I think that's the right word. She immediately gave me a sense of like the first pictures I'm getting usually describe a little bit your personality or your character, like your potential. I was getting like a creative person, like someone who's maybe you're into art, or I'm getting lots of little things that you like to do. She's showing me immediately your hands, like you're good with your hands in creating things. So that's the first image that I was getting. And in terms of, let me see if there's something more. And yeah, and there's many more like sub images. So I think there's a lot. She's happy to communicate with us today, but I will leave it for you to ask your questions so we can go in the right direction. Before you ask your question, so far, does any of this resonate with you?
Yes, for sure. Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Part. And being in all kinds of little things, doing a lot of things. Yes, definitely. That's me.
Okay, beautiful. We got the right higher self. Yay. All right. So Anne-Marie, you can ask your question or just describe what you would like clarification on today.
I've been through a lot in 2023 through now. I went through bankruptcy and I lost my job. So I'm just trying to figure out like what's the next thing that the universe is going to present me with. I'm kind of at a fork in the road.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm presenting her first what you just said about your situation. What's really funny is just hearing you, what someone would expect is that you must be in a quite difficult place emotionally, but that's not what I'm getting from you, which is quite interesting. I am getting a sense of a bit of sadness, as a little bit of I'm not getting any like anger or upset or frustration about what has happened. So it's like you're not a victim, like you're not seeing yourself as a victim, but there is sadness, as in maybe the question, why is this happening to me, but not in an aggressive sense. Does this resonate so far?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's the first thing, she, as I was presenting this topic to your high self, she was showing me that. And I think that's something that's important to acknowledge, that you are actually in a quite powerful place, even though you're feeling not that powerful and not that empowered at the moment. But dealing with this situation the way you are is actually probably one of the best things you can do, because you're quite almost like you're in a place of surrender, but I'm not sure you're aware of this, and you're aware of the energetic power of being in this place.
Okay.
And the sadness is fine. Sadness, as a therapist, I often have to repeat this to people. Sadness, like anger, is not something we need to therapy away. Sadness is a human emotion, and as long as we're not identified with it and don't get to into a repeating pattern, it's okay to feel and to be with the sadness. When we lose something, no matter whether it's a job or a loved one, we have to grieve, and part of a healthy grieving is to allow and feel the sadness. And I'm getting that you are feeling the sadness, and that's fine. It's totally fine. Just a confirmation that it's okay to be in this space. yes, you have to deal with the sadness for a little longer, probably, or a little more aware. Maybe you didn't even know until now that it's okay to feel sad. I don't know how that is for you, but to really acknowledge that this emotion is the right emotion in this place. You're not meant to feel anything else. So she's showing me that, you know, go through this grieving process consciously. It's not going to tear you down. You're not going to get depressed or any of that. It's just a healthy emotion to feel, like breathe through it. She shows me that you haven't turned around yet. Okay, so because you said you're at the fork, you're at like a crossroad, you're asking where to go. What she shows me, the image that I'm getting is the life that you've had before, that includes the bankruptcy and the losing your job and many other things, has come to a stop or to an end, but you are still looking in that direction. So at this, and that's also why I'm getting the grieving process. You will have to consciously go through this at the moment to really be aware of that you're letting go of this. Because the image is like, once you turn around, you're ready to go into a new direction, and you're ready to see as well which are the new adventures for you. Does that make sense so far?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Now let me see if I can support you a little more in this, because she does show me at your back the so to speak future. We're not doing future telling here. It's just possible. She does show me several paths, by the way. So it's like possible several possible paths. Once you turn, you can choose from, and you're gonna choose from, and you're gonna go in one of these directions. And I think that itself is an important information for you to know, that it's not one path that you're meant to go, but you have several opportunities. And so once you go through this process and you let go, and you turn around, like you're ready to look into the future and leave behind what's no longer there, there is a few paths that will open. And then you're still in a difficult position to choose. But it feels okay. It feels like it's okay for you. It's as if having different paths and different opportunities to choose for is not necessarily something that's going to overwhelm you. It's more like I'm getting a sense of joy and adventure of like, wow, I can choose from these different things, you know, which one fits me most. Do you want me to go a little further into them? So just to give you a sense, or would you like to stay a bit with the emotions, or do you have another question?
No, if you could go further into that, that would help me.
Okay, so let's do that. So, of course, I won't be getting like exact details what these paths are. I'm getting the energy from it, how it's going to feel. And that's the first thing your higher self tells me as well. When you're going to make this decision, pay attention to what each path, what each idea that you have, each opportunity that is presented to you feels like. And let me just hang in there a second. There was something else. Okay, this is interesting too, and you have to confirm it later if that makes sense or not. I'm getting that some of these paths are presented to you. So it's like something from the outside world is presenting you opportunities. But I'm also getting one or two are coming from you. So it's like you're creating them.
Okay.
For whatever reason, at the moment, the ones that are presented to you feel lighter, at least at the beginning, less pressure. The ones that you are creating yourself are possible, but it's going to take a little more of your energy. And that's fine, you know, that's for you to decide what you want to do. But it does feel like the ones that are presented to you are a little easier for you to energetically, and the ones you're deciding yourself are energetically a little more difficult, which can also mean, you know, that that's part of your soul evolution, like you're going to be learning something, but it might just feel a little heavy at the beginning. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now she's going, the heaviness that I'm referring to and the energy that I'm seeing, that is part of you working through the emotions and the fear when you're going this path on your own. So there is not this, it's not something that's presented to you where you can just say, yeah, I'm getting, maybe you're thinking about being self-employed or employed. So that part would be more, the self-employed part would be more, you will have to work through all these fears and all the conditioning and all the, you know, it's like, can I make it? You know, am I going to earn enough? That's the kind of heaviness that I'm sensing. And again, that's not bad to go through that, but it's your free will to, if that's the right moment and if that's what you want in your life. Just going to stop there for a second. I don't know how are we time-wise, Natanya?
We're on 11 minutes, so you still have 4 minutes.
Perfect. So Anne-Marie, would you like to go a little deeper? Do you want to confirm, or maybe you say something didn't quite resonate so I can get another translation?
There's a person that is offering me to do like social events, and I'm not sure if it's the right path to go. Is it?
Okay. And what about these other opportunities? Is that something that has been in your head that you've thought about?
There are other opportunities that I would do on my own, but I'm not sure. Like, they're more like side hustle type things. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thanks for the confirmation. So again, for you to take that decision, like the final decision, hang on a second. No, sorry. First, I'm just going to tell you, when you talked about that person with the social events, so I'm seeing it like a range of opportunities like this. So they're all presented in front of me, just energetically. That one was on the very right, and it had the most light. However you want to make the interpretation of that. So the lightest and the most light, okay, for the moment being. That can mean many things. Is that enough for you, or do you need to know more what that means?
If there's time, could you let me know more what that means?
Okay. So I'm seeing you, in case you are taking this decision. I'm getting that you're lightening up. It's like a heavy weight's been lifted from you. It's really coming from your chest, so it's like you can breathe better, and there's there's a lot of light from your chest. You feel acknowledged as well. So that gives a feeling that you need, that's important for you.
I guess what I'm
for you. Sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry. I guess what I'm asking is if I will be able to earn money from it.
Oh, okay. Let me see if that can be answered and how. See that because the money concept is something that doesn't really exist on the spiritual level. It doesn't exist. It's something that we have created. So it's always very difficult to get an answer, because I'm getting how it affects you, right? If you're taking that job. So I'm assuming if it affects you in that positive way, that, you know, you're feeling light, and there is this chest opening, that there must be a social security coming with it. So there must be money flowing through it. But then I could be wrong, and it's like maybe you have another opportunity where the money will flow in, and you are happy because this gives you so much energetically. But I will still ask the question just to see if I can get it a little more.
Okay. You're on 14 minutes.
Thank you. There is one specific person that's in charge of the money flow, is it, with these events?
Yes.
So it's up to her. It's a woman?
Him.
Him?
Yeah.
You sure he's not affiliated with a woman?
No,
No, okay.
the guy that wants to fund the events, but as far as me getting money, he doesn't really have an answer.
It's strange because when you're talking about the guy, that he's not in the picture there. There is another person which is much more relevant to you. I don't know if you're going to be working with an agent or maybe the social event that you are creating. I'm getting a woman is in there, and that's the one where there's a flow. So they're showing me like an energetic flow, which again, my translation is that's where money can come through. Not getting anything from him. Does that help at all?
Okay, yes, that helps.
I hope I didn't confuse you more. Right.
I'll figure it out. The universe will reveal whatever it reveals to me.
Exactly. And just remember what I said at the beginning, go through this process, go through the grieving process from the past, feel the emotions, just give yourself that time. And there will be a moment where you will energetically turn around and it's going to be easy to take these decisions. Okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank your higher self, letting her go. Bring myself back. All right. There we are. So
Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you, Anne-Marie.
I think we can go straight to the next person.
Yeah.
Who would like to be next? Julie. Can you hear me? We can't hear you. You're muted, I think.
Muted. Now, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Hi.
Hi.
All right, Julie, just tell me again, where are you based?
I'm in Vatican near Zurich.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. Do I have your conscious permission to connect with your higher self?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. So Julie, your higher self definitely remembers me. So even though we didn't do a channeling, of course, we were connected before. She was very, very happy to be here. She was here almost immediately, again, with this big, big smile, coming very close as well. So I don't have that, there's no shyness in there. It's really a very sociable higher self. She shows herself as well in a human body, like close to a human body, a human form. Just trying to get a little more there. I'm also getting creativity, but very different than to what we had before with Anne-Marie. This one is more, she's showing me a really high capacity of brain function, as in almost like someone who be doing like computer things, or the more not necessarily technical, but it could be technical things. The things that most humans, and especially women, but most humans find not that easy to access and to kind of understand the logic. It feels like you understand that quite easily. I don't remember what you are doing for a job. You don't need to share it if it doesn't feel okay for a life. But does it resonate so far, Shirley?
Yes, my question actually is based on that I feel I have been doing for the last 3.5 years something where my potential is not at all used, and I feel very much as Marie at a crossroad. I know that there's no future telling, but I just feel I'm putting myself a lot of barriers, and I was wondering what I need to understand or release in order to embrace the next step, and if there's time, in what direction she would guide me. I feel I'm in front of the computer. I don't feel at my place, but when I go outside to walk in this beautiful fall landscape, I feel really connected to that. And this Halloween time feels very much, I feel completely at home, but outside. And so I was wondering if I'm in my right place and if she could guide me, or if he could guide me, I don't know, in the right direction.
Yeah.
But before that, it's like, what do I need to do to be able to do that next step?
Okay. First, she wants to again show me a little bit of confirmation, which I think is important for you to hear and acknowledge within yourself. Is it possible that you said in the last 3.5 years you've been doing a job where you were on the computer, correct?
Yes, my job is mainly in front of a computer the whole day, very much brain function, like very much intellectual, but there's no space for creativity, mainly in home office, so there's less contact with other humans.
Yeah. But you do agree that you have a really high capacity to understand things that not everybody understands, yeah?
Yes.
But that hasn't even, you're not even using your full brain capacity in this job.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody's praising me, but I feel I'm using 20% and I feel like a fraud. But I also feel I'm not in my right place. I could do so much more.
Exactly. Okay. So this is really, really important. That's exactly what I am getting or what I'm seeing. It's like, yes, you can do this job very easily, but it's as if you are, oh my God, it's as if you're playing a piano and you're pressing the same tone all the time.
Yes.
Instead of using all of them. And you're very good at pressing this one tone, and everybody is amazed because, again, your brain capacity is something else. And so for normal humans, this is already like, oh my God, she's so great. And you're just like, oh my God, can I press another tone, please? So that's just so important. I think you feel it, you know it, but to really acknowledge that your potential is so much higher. And it's like when you mentioned about being outside in nature, I'm immediately getting it's like, yes, it's time for you to connect these. So it's time for you to fully acknowledge your brain capacity, especially in this like more spiritual or emotional world, or like the trend we're going into. A lot of people go more into just this, oh my God, we're so spiritual and emotionally advanced. And we're not really acknowledging that we also need humans that just have a really amazing brain and can put 1 and 1 and 1,000 together. It's kind of to acknowledge that you are that person, but you are not that person only doing the brain function, but you also have this amazing connection. So to bring the two of them together for you and to acknowledge that you can do this and it will create something new is important. So far, so good for you?
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so let's get a little deeper because I'm sure I'm aware we didn't say much yet. It's more confirmation of what you said. She keeps showing me that picture of you being in nature that you described. Let me just ask her. Your question, just repeat it. Your question was in which direction you should go, yeah?
The first is like, I feel there's a lot of barriers and that I put myself.
Okay.
What I need to understand or release so that I can really do the next step.
Okay. Well, actually, she was repeating what I just said. So it's the acknowledgement of who you are at your essence, acknowledging your intelligence, and acknowledging how connected you feel in nature. It's like the first thing. So it's like almost the barrier then would be that you don't fully acknowledge who you are and your full potential emotionally. And maybe even intellectually, it's as if you don't, let me see there. It's as if your incarnated self, which is very aware that, you know, we all have a personality, and the ego kind of doesn't want to acknowledge how great you are, because you're almost worried that, you know, you're too much in your ego then, which you're not. This is probably the first thing to consider, to really see your value and not okay. She's like, if you do that, you know, the conditioning is almost telling you like, oh my God, what will the other think? What will they, you know, it's like this word. We generally don't like people who are aware of their worth in this society, do we? We don't like people who are aware of how good they are, unless they are a very dominant male, and then it's okay. But otherwise, it's like, you know, who are you to say that you are great as you are? Does that resonate so far?
Yes.
Okay, very good, Julie. So this is the first thing she says. It's like, breathe. She shows me this position. You can do it right now, actually, to like sit up straight, like feel your back, you know, go into like a power position, even if you're sitting. Just take a deep breath and just like take it all. Just feel your power for once, the power that you have. That is, your brain is so important. Like, we talk that down all the time, not for you. Like, feel that logical, powerful brain. Feel that connection that you have. She shows me your heart. Like, your heart is compassionate and it's open and it's connected to humans and to the world and to, she says, to systems as well. Like, you have a capacity to connect with your heart to systems, to things where other people only see machines and computers. You can connect with the heart. I do not understand what that means. This is for you. You understand, right?
Maybe yes.
Maybe yes. Okay, just breathe for a second. Do the breathing, do the power position. And feel this for a second. Feel what you are receiving as when I said these words. Okay. As you're doing this, I'm getting, again, in your head, there is other thoughts, there's other conditioning that's coming in. It's talking you small. This one is from your childhood. This thought, did you have a thought while you did this power posture now, Julie?
No, I was just trying to relax. I felt really warm on my chest, but I don't know what it means.
Perfect. Very good. Okay. So what she's saying, because you were asking for the blockages, is like one of the thoughts that might come into your head that will tell you not to be this great person and not to feel your potential and feel the power that you have, is coming from your childhood. So this is when you're a little child, around 5 to 6 years old. The connection there is to your mom, I think. Mom or auntie. I'm guessing this is the first time you've been told off consciously, like you were conscious, you were aware that you are being told that you shouldn't be like this, you shouldn't talk like this, you shouldn't pretend to be so great. This kind of, you know, where adults are kind of thinking that little girl is just a little too self-confident. Does that ring any bells for you?
I actually wanted to become a doctor, but my parents talked me out of it because they thought, you know, probably it's not the right thing for me. And sometimes I still feel there's something missing in my job, this human part, right? Even though I'm not so much in alignment to modern medicine, there's still this part that I feel it's completely lying dormant in who I am, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. So as you are an adult now, you know, again, you can acknowledge and you can have this conversation maybe after the talk with your younger self or with yourself. Just acknowledge that what your parents thought when you were little, that was based on their own beliefs and on their own restrictions and conditioning. And it's totally fine. We're not here to blame them, not at all. But for you to now kind of recognize, hey, I've grown up. I'm taking my own decisions now, and I acknowledge who I am. And it's time for me to step into that light and to take these job opportunities or create them where I can live my potential. It's a conscious decision you need to take.
Mm. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Is she showing a direction at all?
Let me see, let me ask. So she is very much focusing on this. It's an energetic work and emotional work, but more so energetic, like she's like, you really have to do this with your mind, like you have a lot of willpower and it has to be in there, that you're very clear about it. Okay, so this is at least the next step that's important for you. So a direction at all, I'm asking her. Yes, okay. But with you, it's different than, again, what we had before. She's not going to reveal what it is, you know, that would completely destroy the whole game and the whole life, of course. But she shows me one path. I'm just going to get a little more into it. So there's one. For you, it's just one. And you are deciding which one. Like, you're not going to choose between different ones.
We're on 12 minutes.
Thank you, Natania. So it's one path and it's quite wide. You're walking in the middle of it. You are bringing some people with you. So you're not doing this on your own. You are guiding or leading, but you're not necessarily guiding or leading these people. You're guiding or leading a project or an idea. They are joining you because they have the same goals or vision, like they want to do this with you, but you're not like in a teaching position where you're teaching them something. You're going straight ahead. For you, it's all about the project. If you have something that resonates, you can drop it in here and I can see if that is on that path. Is there anything, Julie, that is already in your head that you think that's the direction you're going to go into, or is it still a...
It's still a mystery. I guess that's the game of life then. I always feel like there's something in my head, but it's like a word that's on the tip of your tongue and you can't really grasp it.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing now is just waiting for me to be able to grasp this wisp of an idea and then to do it. And I feel I would have all the elements around me, the people with the same ideas, the mental capacity, maybe also the financial one. I'm missing this idea, this project that I would put my heart and soul into. So
very good. It's good that you mentioned this again. As you were talking, she showed me the energy you're in now. So she's showing me you making yourself small, sitting on this desk that you described, typing away a little board on your computer.
Yeah.
And what she says is that get out of this. So everything that we shared before, you know, get into acknowledging your power, acknowledging your connection, all of what I just shared. And you can listen to the recording, by the way, later. She's like, do that step, get yourself out of that energy. That which you're just about to grasp, you cannot grasp while you are sitting like this on the desk. It's not possible. You're not reaching the frequency. It's like your ears can't hear that musical tone. They can't. You have to put the head above the water, then you can hear it. Right now you're still under the water and you're just hearing a mumbling.
Yes.
As long as you're not going up, again, this like power position, you won't hear it, but you will hear it and it will be very, very clear. Sorry, she showed me. When you go into nature, you said you feel very connected, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this can be a very practical step for you to do to help you get out of this position. Breathe, bring your body into movement. Like physically moving, you don't need to go running or go crazy in a gym, but really bring it into movement. And she does say there is a couple of emotions you're going to have to go through as you're going through this process. So, but they will come naturally as you walk in nature and you breathe. There might be emotions, and just allow them. Cry if you need to. Just breathe. It's nothing dramatic. They move through you. Does this help?
Yes, absolutely. It's very clear.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Release yourself.
Thank you.
Very good. Just bring myself back. I'll just grab a drink of water. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Absolutely. Take your time. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for sharing. As we mentioned in the beginning, this recording is live, and you will be able to find it on both Sonia and Audacity's social media channels. So that's good to know. And if you are not getting a reading today, or you'd like a more in-depth reading with Sonia, she offers an hour-long channeling session. And we will share her website and email address in the chat box in a bit, so that you can get in touch with her if that's something you'd like, because obviously a personal longer session will allow you to go a little bit more in depth. And yeah. So yes, I'll hand it over to you, Sonia. We have 2 more readings.
Yes, so we have 2 more readings. So whoever would like to have the next reading, just quickly turn on your camera, show of hands, and I am happy to channel for you.
All right, Caris Williams. Let me unmute you. There you go.
Thanks.
Hi, Caris.
Hi, Sonia. Are you okay?
So, Caris, where are you located?
I'm in Chester, in England.
Oh, okay. Okay, not too far. Caris, do I have your conscious permission to connect with your higher self?
You absolutely do, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Just give me half a minute to a minute.
Okay.
Okay, Caris. I have a first connection with your higher self. She's coming in from a different corner than the other higher self so far.
Okay.
So because I have visuals, it usually also how or where or what it's like they're walking in tells me something. So your frequency, whatever your energy, your soul resonance, whatever you want to call it, it's coming from a different corner. She shows herself, again, you're a woman, my brain translates that as a she. I'm seeing a female form, a little elongated, so a bit longer than you are, in a bit It's funny. Maybe that's because I saw that you have red hairs. My brain is translating now the frequency. And she's wearing like witch clothes, you know, as we would dress up as a like a good witch. This kind of clothes. She's dressed like that. She's not the smiley person. She's not a shy person. She's more of a, like, I think there's a little bit of sarcasm in there, like a bit of a lot of humor. A lot of humor. She's not taking all of this too seriously. With all of this, I mean, this whole being incarnated, etc., and doing this channeling and all of that. She's yeah. She gets it. I'm getting a lot of wisdom. Definitely a lot of lifetimes of gaining wisdom and maybe even quite a big understanding of all things magical and outer-worldly, but she's not someone who needs to brag about it. Does this at all resonate with who you are today?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I love it.
It's made me smile. Yeah.
Well, wonderful to meet you. All right, so let me see if there's anything else she wants to say. No, she's ready for the question.
Okay, so I don't really have a specific question. I'd just like some guidance on if I'm where I need to be, and if I'm not, where do I need to go next?
All right, I'm curious where this is going to go. So when you ask this question, she first, like, it's as if she is, again, kind of completely different space. She opened like as if she could open a curtain, and we were looking at Earth, and then she was like zooming me down and really from far above. So she showed me like from airplane mode. She's showing me this I don't think that it even exists today, but she shows me like a planet Earth with the forest and the green grass, and, you know, a bit almost like a bit in Lord of the Rings type kind of feeling, you know, where and then she just shows me the picture of you, like you're incarnated here in a little house, cleaning in front of your porch. I'm just going, what? Like, what? So that's what I mean, you know, like, thank you. I myself, with a little bit of the sarcasm and the humor, it's like she's not going to make it easy for me here, but I'm enjoying it. I was just going, okay. And then I asked her, is she on the right path? And she just said, of course. But then again, we're always on the right path, even if there is no such thing as a wrong path. So I want to know more. So I said, I'm curious where this is going to go, because why is she, you know? So let me just zoom down a little more and understand. Okay. I hope you're okay to answer this question, but are you working with energies consciously in your daily life?
Kind of, yeah. I work with people who need help. It's not as free and easy as working with energies as I would like it to be, but yeah, along those lines.
Okay. And so you understand energies, like you understand the spiritual world.
Yeah.
And you know what dark energies are and what good energies are, and kind of black curses and witchcraft and all of that, yeah?
Yeah, not so much the specifics of witchcraft, but yeah, for sure, energies, yeah.
Okay, good. Just to get a confirmation there. Because what she's showing me is that when she showed me, again, this old picture, which I love, of you cleaning your porch, it was with one of these Oh, I don't even know the word in English. Doesn't even matter. The chores that she was showing me, it's like for you they are not important. So you are doing this little, you're doing these human things, you're doing the daily chores, you know, day in, day out, and they're just not important, but it's important that you do them, because as you are doing that, as you're just living basically quite a simple or an easy life, you know, and I'm not getting that you're putting too much attention in that, or too much worry or anxiety or overthinking. She's like, because your actual work is on the energetic plane, and it seems like you're aware of it as you are working in this job you mentioned. I'm guessing you could add for yourself a little more of that spiritual energetic world, at least for yourself. Maybe not with the people you're working with, but I'm guessing you're working a lot with, I'm getting a lot of these, what we would call dark energies or black magic or whatever is out there. You're the one that just kind of repels it off, you know what I mean?
Yep, I do know what you mean. Yeah. Do you want me to tell you what I do for work? Would that help?
If you feel that it's helpful to go deeper, go for it. Otherwise, we can also leave it like that. It's up for you. It's life, but I'm happy to hear more.
So just for your own information, I live on a cathedral estate, so that might be where the kind of medieval Lord of the Rings thing is. My house is very old, and I live just outside a Roman wall. Like, I open my front door and I could touch it. It's a Roman wall. Okay. So that the medieval kind of Lord of the Rings thing is not inaccurate at all. which made me laugh. Yeah. And then the energies. So I work in mental health, and everybody who I come across is there because at some point or another they've been touched by a dark energy that has led them to where they are now.
Okay. There we are. All right. What was your question? What do you need to know?
She's messing with us, eh? So it's just whether I need to stay in the lane that I'm in, or whether I need to shift lanes, or is there something else I need to be doing?
Okay. So what I'm getting in general from her is that your mission, so to speak, or purpose in this incarnation is to work with these darker energies and to repel them off, because she's like, it's so bloody easy for you. It's like you've done that so many times. You're literally just coming here because you can do it. This is not even your own soul evolution. Like, you're not doing this because you need to learn something, or you need to break any karma or go through any traumas. Like, you're doing this because you can do it. And you decided, again, a bit like she's like this image of you cleaning in front of your house. It means more than that. She's like, now we're getting there. She's like, you literally came here to clean up.
Okay.
Right? So that's part of why you're here, to clean up in this energetic world. And she does show me, though, that at home, for you to connect, to be aware of this and to connect a little deeper with your skills. You know, now yes?
Yeah.
Now she was showing me again, she's showing me everything in really old school pictures. She's showing me, you know, like how we would imagine a witch has this huge pot at home and puts all the herbs in it and creates her brew, you know, that will then repel all the dark energies. So that's my interpretation, that she's saying, you know, do connect a little deeper with your skills, maybe with herbs, you know, with also practical things, not just on the energetic world, but also for yourself. And then I don't know how you're going to do it exactly, but the work that you're doing now is fine, because you are doing what you're meant to do. You could do something else. It doesn't really matter. This is the thing with you. you are in the right line of work. But if you would be doing something else and you're still repelling these darker energies, you're still doing your mission. So the details are not as important. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Okay. Did it help at all so far, or do you need clarification on something?
No, I think I always feel like I'm doing the right job, the right line of work. And if there is nothing coming up there about anything else in terms of like personal life, relationships, all that kind of thing, it seems that's fine. That seems good.
Yeah. Give me a second there. So
Okay.
she does add to that, because when we were talking about your personal life and, you know, connecting a little more with your skills, she did bring in your family just now. She is adding that you can, if you want, broaden your work, because the work, as we call it, work on human, you know, where you earn your living, etc., that's not work up there. Okay, your work is with energies. So she's like, you can broaden this skills that you have, offer it to your family, work a little more conscious. Maybe there's some family constellation or work like that you want to do, but that's not even in the right frequency. It's really, God, this is very ancient. Yeah, it's really this. Communicate that, you know, if you feel that there is people in your family or people or relationships, people are close to you that need that kind of support, you're the one to give it, and you're the one to speak it out and to explain it. And I sense you're not very scared to voice that. It's like, you know, that you won't be burnt this time around. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah,
Okay.
it does. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you. I'm just thanking your higher self. It was an absolute pleasure, even though you made me laugh a lot.
Thank you.
We let her go and we let you do your work. All right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Karis. Thank you, Sonia. This was awesome.
That was awesome. I just love how it's so different every time.
Exactly.
Beautiful collage of different people and energy.
Higher self shows up, you know, in their very unique energy. It's just, it's so awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah, very unique.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you need another short break before we go into the last reading?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy to keep it rolling.
All right. Awesome.
One more lucky person.
Yes, one last lucky person. Let's see. I think there's two people on the call that haven't had a reading. I know Jana was here last week. Becky is driving. I'm not sure if you've reached home already. So it's either Becky or MJ Power. So one of the two.
I let them decide who would like to have the reading. Who's ready?
All right, Becky. I will unmute you and... Oh, I can't unmute you. You'll have to unmute yourself, funny enough. Okay, perfect. All right.
Hello. Sorry, I am just getting out of the car.
Oh, cool.
It won't be a second.
Okay, I just need a second here as well. What's it doing? Okay. Good. Are you ready, Becky?
I am.
Okay, wonderful. Tell me again, Becky, where are you located?
I am in Manchester in the UK.
In the UK as well. Okay. Do I have your conscious permission, Becky, to connect with your higher self?
You do.
Thank you. Okay. Becky, I have a first connection with your high self.
Okay.
It was not that easy. The image wasn't coming through. The energy wasn't coming through easily. She's coming from really, really, really far away. And I'm getting a sense that for her, being in this body you're in is rather new. I don't know if you believe in past lives and things like that, but we do. From my experience with between life spiritual regression, not everybody has been here many times. Some of us have had incarnations in other dimensions. And I'm getting that you have not been here in this specific one many times. And why am I getting this? Because she's showing me that it's as if you're not completely in your physical body, as if you're finding this quite strange still to be in this body and unsure about it. And also her energy is not something I've come across many times. So I'm getting a very specific frequency that is, yes, it's new to me as well. Like, I don't think I've met someone like that before. Does that resonate at all so far?
Oh, yes.
Good. She is here. She's ready to, I also have to say she's very gentle and very sensitive and she's okay to give answers, but she's looking to the side. She's not looking at me directly. She's here, she's listening, she will give us answers, but she's not necessarily wants to be in the spotlight. That's fine.
And I guess that kind of goes along with my question is, I've always sort of felt myself that I don't belong here. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm always quite shy to be in the spotlight. And I'm currently, obviously, my creative side is coming out, but I'm trying to battle the imposter syndrome, trying to get more confidence within myself.
Yeah.
And sort of how I go about doing that.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, first I want to acknowledge that feeling that you have and just see this as a confirmation that this is not really your home, but you did come here because we all come here because we want to, but that your connection to your higher self, to your frequency is something or somewhere different, and that's okay. I know from experience that these feelings can be quite deep and there's lots of sadness, but once you awaken to who you truly are, it's also the connection rings through this sensitivity and usually very special gifts as well, just for you to give you a little bit of comfort maybe in this situation.
Yeah.
The very first thing that is going to be important for you is to get into your body. You're like half floating above it.
Okay.
Energetic. So yeah, you need to get into that body, okay, my dear? No, it's not as bad as it looks. You are on this planet. You need this body is your vessel. This body is what is helping you, is feeding you, is using your hands. All of this, you need it. All right.
Yeah.
So any exercises you can think of, but I will ask her if she can give me something specific for you to really, okay, yes. All right, we'll go there. Okay, for you to go in, to get into this body, you need to be grounded to be able to connect fully with your soul essence and with your frequency, because you can't just connect with your frequency because then you prefer to get out and leave, So once you're fully grounded, you can do this work and connect more properly. Okay, lots and lots of things are coming. All right. first one, when you are connecting and there is a bit of a resistance, the body feels very heavy to you, and it is. The frequency in this body is very dense. That's not what you're used to. So there's a resistance there because it just feels comfortable and heavy. Once you do accept that though, and get into it and feel what it really feels like to be in a body and get all the uncomfortable feelings that come with it, there's lots of emotions to work through. As if, I don't want to say you've avoided emotions in the past, but maybe you didn't fully connect or not feel it fully physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense to you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, you will have to feel them because you are in a human body. But again, this is not about trauma work. This is not about you need to do years of therapy. It can go quite quickly. Again, when I say work with emotions, it usually is quite simple. It means first becoming aware that you need to feel them, then becoming aware that when they come to that okay, now am I feeling them or not? And when you're not feeling them, allowing yourself to feel them. And then what usually happens is the body, as the body feels the emotions, it cries. That's the human reaction to emotions. It cries or it shivers or it shakes. Animals do that very naturally. Humans tend to stop that. If you can allow yourself to physically move through the emotions, so allow yourself to cry or to shake, or then usually your head also is empty if you're fully in the emotion, so you won't get stuck in there. Breathe. If your head and thoughts come in, you focus on the nose and the breathing. So you tell your head what to do. Just focus on the breathing, and just allow the body to do the work. Okay?
Okay.
So that's the one thing. She showed me a lot of more things. She's like, okay, the emotions will come in as you go into your body, and there was something else. And okay, now she's pointing out again to you're extremely sensitive. So she's pointing out this sensitivity, and she's telling me that the more you do this process, the more you will feel this sensitivity more, and the more you'll have to acknowledge and accept that this is who you are, and that's your gift. Because at the moment, this is your weakness, but it's not. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm not saying your sensitivity is your weakness. It's as if you think or you see it as a weakness, or someone else sees it as a weakness. But
Yeah.
it's not. It's a gift, and you know that. Deep down, you know that. I want to get the gift because I think that would be empowering for you. She shows me immediately the emotional connection with others. So I'm getting maybe a clairsentient kind of path that's there for you. Yeah, in human words, would others call you an empath, or you yourself would call yourself an empath?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's the personality kind of human description of that. I would say it's a clairsentient. So it's like, with your sensitivities, you can feel everything around you, and it's gift. So you can use this as, like I do with the clairvoyance, like to guide people, to help them go through emotions that are very delicate and that need to be dealt with energetically, rather than working on the brain. That's definitely a gift that you have. And that will be just fully naturally awakened once you are fully in body. Okay.
Thank you.
Did that answer the question? I forgot the question. Did it answer the question?
Basically, about imposter syndrome, I think I just need to have more confidence in myself and just, like you say, get in my body and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You have 5 more minutes.
Oh yeah. We can take some more time. Tell me about the imposter syndrome. I know what it means, but what does it mean for you? How does it come up?
I constantly think my work isn't good enough, so when I put it out there, I just want to self-sabotage and think, no, I'm just going to get it all back and not put it out there. But I have to say that Stephanie and Natanya have really helped with that process. And I think I've just got to get comfortable with the uncomfortableness of it, of getting my face out there. And
she, as you were speaking, she was pointing again to like part of the issue with this is that you're not being in your body, because she's as if she's validating. She's like, as long as you are not fully in your body, the work that you're putting out there, she's almost as like, I don't want to say that, but she says it is not as good as it could be, because the frequency is like, the grounding is missing. So it's like only you're only giving out a little bit of you.
Yes.
But so much more to put in there. But like you know, it's like you're not fully grounded, not fully in the body. So it's like you're scared as well, which is understandable. It's understandable that you're a little scared of the sensitivity and the frequency you're going to put into your work. Does that make sense? For me, it makes sense. Does it make sense to you as you listen? Yeah. Okay. So in other words, she's saying that the imposter syndrome will naturally go away. So it's not something for you to focus on now and think, oh my God, I need therapy for that, or I need to work on that. No, you don't need to work on that. That will naturally leave and get out of your life once you are fully grounded, fully embodied. And then again, the connection is quite easy, and then fully connected to your proper frequency. But that's the easy part for you, because that connection you already have. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Would you like clarification on anything, or would you like to hear anything else?
No, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Okay. Beautiful. Your high self is showing me something. We're just I think we have 1 or 2 minutes, and then we're gonna let her go. Again, she shows me just a little energy work you can do right now. Just if you're sitting somewhere, just put your feet on the ground. Take a deep breath. Just feeling your body. Funny enough, now she's not showing me a grounding exercise. She's showing me a connection exercise. So we're doing that. She shows me to focus on your third eye. And then she shows like a beam of light that goes up to home. And she's asking for you to visualize that, to focus on your third eye, to take a deep breath and just visualize there's like a beam of light, there's like a tunnel that is connected, that comes in through your third eye, and it's connected to your frequency, to where you're coming from, and just allow that connection to happen. And there is information streaming from your third eye up, and information from up or from home to your third eye and into your body. And she's just asking you to visualize this now, deep breathing, and just feel it. And as you can do this at home as anytime you want. It will help with the emotions, because at the beginning, as you make a conscious connection, a lot of emotions will come up. Just allow those to be there. It's totally fine. And on the practical side, like make a little to-do list of embodiment, of grounding exercises that you can do to feel your body, to be in your body. This is usually like physical exercises, like somatic exercises, like walking barefoot. There's so many things. Taking cold, dipping into a cold river or cold lake, anything that's really earthy, really grounding, really physical. You can choose. You can do many things. You can do one, whatever you want. So many things you can do. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good actually. It's it's made me feel quite happy.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Yourself. Oh, that's sweet. She has turned a little at the end. Just thank you on letting her go. Okay.
Thank you, Becky. That was really powerful. Thank you so much, Sonia.
Thank you, everyone, for your trust and letting me connect.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody who's here, who popped in a little later, and like Sonia said, for your trust, for your openness, for sharing, was really, really special hour. Very, very grateful for all your energies, and thank you, Sonia, so much for being with us. In the chat, you find Sonia's email address and website, where you also find more information on a one-on-one hour-long channeling session. If that's what you need or that's what you want, then just reach out to her. And yeah, myself, Natanya, and Stephanie, thank you so much, are saying thank you from Audacity side, and we wish you a really good rest of the day, evening, wherever you are, and thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks to everyone. It's interesting how you get you get a reading even if it's not you getting the reading.
Yeah.
Like the similarity. It's so thank you. I got some good messages as well.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Thank
Bye,
you, Jana,
thank you.
for coming again. Bye.
Thank you.
I need 2 seconds, Natanya. I'll be back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dennis, you popped in a little later. Do you mind switching on your camera and just check in for a minute? If not,